$200 for some fake apples? Why would anybody spend their money on that? I'll tell you why. As the Extreme channel is pushing towards 50,000 subscribers, these are just a few of the statues we are giving away on the journey there. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey, welcome to the Extreme channel. My name is Mr. X. While it's not Halloween, we are kind of celebrating a Halloween theme something. I don't even know what the fuck these are. But here we have Court of the Dead apples from Sideshow Collectibles. Let me break that down. So first of all, you can't eat these. On a side note, has anyone seen those Uber Eats commercials where they get all those celebrities? If it comes from Uber Eats, can I eat it? That's how stupid our society is. I think it was meant to be a joke, but it's kind of serious. People we idolize and look up to think they can eat tape and fake apples and soap. Anyway, I don't know what to call these. Are they statues? Are they decorative items? Or are they things that we'll give to our children so they can give to their teachers? But Sideshow Collectibles came up with this concept called Court of the Dead. Now, Court of the Dead is a line about the underworld and different players within the mythical realm. As you see here, I've done quite a few different reviews on different actual statues, quarter scale statues. So they decided, let's just make some gross, creepy apples. And believe it or not, it's been a big hit. While these don't go with anything in my statue collection, I think they're awesome to have. To date, they've released 4 different versions. Let's quickly look at each of those. The first version here that retailed at $50 was just the Court of the Dead Skull Apple. And I strongly believe that this was the only one they intended to release. But it was so popular shortly after, they did the Rancid version. So this is a variant. A variant means that it has the same sculpt, but they switched up the colors. Sometimes they may switch something else, but this retailed at $50 as well. And because of the big hit, about 6 months later, they came out with the Rotten version. So as you see, this one is significantly different. Has different teeth, and we're going to look at these during paint and sculpt. We're going to look at it during video. And lastly, the one that was just released this summer was the Spoiled Apple. Now, they did raise the price on this to $55, and of course, there's shipping and tax that is in addition to that $55 retail price. Now, as you can see, this is not a traditional video. While we're semi-reviewing these, we're not doing traditional categories such as concept, paint, sculpt, although they're done incredibly well, and we will do some close-up video in a minute or so. I'm just waiting for a minute. I don't want to overpromise you guys, you know. I know you're supposed to overpromise and underdeliver, but if you do that too often, then people expect it all the time. It's like that quote from Weekend at Bernie's. He's like, my old man worked hard, all they did was give him more work. It's true, if you always overexceed everyone's expectations, then they'll assume that that bar is that much higher. So while I'm ready to do close-up video, I'm waiting that extra minute I said I would. Because if I deliver any sooner than that, you're going to expect me to always over-deliver on my promises. And I'm not down for that game. Okay. So part of my turntable needs to be cleaned very well. It's tough to get those scratch marks out, but we're looking at the apples. So first I want to look at the actual back part, the apple part. 3 Red Delicious. I don't know if that's what flavor they are, but I really like, they even have kind of some striations painted in there. And then the last apple here, I'm not a fan of the color they chose, but it kind of reminds me of a rotting one, which is kind of cool. But I do like the transition to green on the top. It kind of makes it look more evil. And then the stems that are growing in kind of this wicked, decrepit manner really add to that. And the paint on that is done really well. They look like real apple stems. So that's pretty impressive. And there's even some speckling here on the darker one on the end. So even as apples, it's a pretty good shot right there. Then on the front here, obviously each one has kind of a variation other than these two are just color variants, I believe. Otherwise the sculpt is the same. But I think they did a really nice job on each one. Paint is incredibly clean. especially for something so mass-produced. I like how the eyes are all recessed in each of them, so they do have a lot of similar traits, and you can see that in the teeth as well. They all never go to the dentist. And just really creepy and evil. I'm surprised they haven't done some color variants of these on the end, although these are clearly the most popular ones. This one almost reminds me of some Labyrinth stuff. Some of the creatures from the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie, something in the features. But yes, I think they did a great job with the paint and sculpt of these. I know my phone's shaking a little bit. Very impressive. Pretty cool pieces. All right, so what I did here is I actually put them in order of my favorite. From your right to left, my left, wait, L for love, that's what Mrs. X tells me. My right to my left as well. So starting, we have this guy right here as number 1, and obviously the variant, I believe this was the actual variant like we talked about. This variant right here, second most popular. And then kind of the newest one, and then the weird overbite guy. And I really hope they continue this line. I mean, I would be cool having 10 different one of these. I think if the more and more they make, the more valuable this collection comes. Especially since I said at the beginning, people want this. They're sold out, and they're actually kind of difficult to get. Again, shows how stupid we are as a human species. We want weird shit like this, and we're willing to pay top dollar for it. Even more than the ridiculous $50 per apple price tag, which, as we talked about, is going up and up. So kind of a different video today, guys, a little bit shorter. Let me know what you think of the Court of the Dead Apples. Is this something you would ever own? And I definitely want you to comment, because it's a high probability weird videos like this are actually videos that we are going to do a giveaway based on. We will be giving all of these statues away, plus additional ones at every 5,000 subscriber milestone. To win one of these statues, all you have to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, you've hit that bell notification, and then just drop a comment below. Every 5,000 subscriber milestone, we are going to do a random drawing and pick a random comment and give one of these statues away, plus some additional ones I'm not showing right now. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. Again, do you like these apples? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like on the way back. On the way out. Well, you're not really going out. Just hit that like button. It's easy and free. And I'll see you in the future. However, check out some of these other videos. Take care.